McEachern on 2nd down and 10. Bell, pocket is wide open, looking for a long. It's picked off at the 3. Austin Perry. 1st and 10 now from the 21-yard line. Bell in the shotgun. He's got Campbell back there with him. Bell, it's picked off by Ethan Harris. Off of Ali Perez and into the hands of Ethan Harris. Hill looking down. Wide open is Martin at the 30. 25-20, 15-10, 5, tackled inside the 5 at the 3-yard line. Donovan Martin making his presence felt on his comeback game from injury. Nice job, big hookup of 50 yards. He's looking for Perry. He's got him over the shoulder, catch, touchdown! Austin Perry. 2 weeks in a row. What a throw. What a catch. 1st and 10. Cowser has it across the 5. Touchdown. R.J. Cowser from 11 yards out, and the Hoyas are putting a whooping on the Indians. Hill has it in the shotgun. Hill sprint out left. Now cuts it up inside the 10, inside the 5. Touchdown. Xavier Hill from 11 yards out, and the Hoyas are up 20-3.
Wow.
Leading 21-6. Hands off to Washington. Cuts it up inside. He gets free across the 20. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. TC Washington. And he put the nail in the coffin. Hoyas up 27-6.
And that's a little piece of what goes on here behind the Magic 8 Ball and behind the Magic Curtain. Hello, everybody. Welcome to H&S Broadcasting. We're coming to you live from the Avenues at West Cobb tonight at Walk-Ons. And we're hoping to have a big night over here tonight as we do the Hoya Kickoff show. And we're going to take a look at not only the Hoyas, but around the state and just get everybody excited and ready for opening night, which is tomorrow night. And Adam, the best time of year's here.
Oh, it's huge. This is like my favorite time of the year, no doubt. Again, H&S Radio. And we're on the line. We're on here on the speakers.
Let's go.
Here. That's great.
Don't get nervous now.
H&S Radio, first time here at Walk-Ons doing an on-location live show. So we like to say thank you to everybody who's here right now. And if you wouldn't mind, make sure that you put your receipt in the bucket, and we would very much appreciate it. So also, we want to reach out to everybody that's listening in the audience. Also, you can follow us on H&S Radio on Instagram at H&S Radio, of course, on X as well, at H&S_radio. So that's how we're getting things started this year. Of course, the Hoyas will be getting things started tomorrow night against Kennesaw Mountain. We're going to give you a rundown of everything that's going to be going on there tomorrow night. Of course, rundown of the lineups for the Hoyas. Also, we'll give you a little bit of a preview of what we know about Kennesaw Mountain. Also, for those of you that get the Marietta Daily Journal, you may have gotten something else, and that's the Cobb football preview that comes out. The 2025 version includes the Dynamite Dozen and the Cherokee Top 6 as well. They've been doing that for as long as I've been around football in Cobb County.
Yeah, and it's a really nice piece that the Marietta Daily Journal puts together, and just takes a quick look at a lot of these teams as they're getting ready to roll into these most important seasons. Football pays the bills, Adam, and it's no different here at the high school level, where these programs are going to bring in a lot of people, a lot of kids, a lot of money, and a lot of opportunity to really showcase what you can do and potentially play at the next level.
Yeah, so we've already got some players trickling in, and we're going to have at least a couple coaches here tonight. Joey Gerda, defensive line coach, is going to be here with us tonight, as well as Trent Thompson, our offensive coordinator. Trent's in his second year. Joey, this is his first year as a coach. He is a 98 graduate of Harrison High School, and oddly enough, he is the very first, and I've told this story, but he's the very first athlete I ever treated as the athletic trainer at Harrison.
Oh, that's right. I totally forgot about that. But
yeah. And I was talking to him earlier today, and he was like, "What do I need to be prepared for?" You were standing there, we were doing that, and I
heard you coaching him up.
Yeah, he's like, because I'm really bad at these, and I was like, man, you're going to be fine. You're going to be just fine
until he walks in and hears his voice over the intercom in here, and then he's going to probably freak out a little bit.
But yeah, he I remember, he was basically an offensive line guy up until the point of junior or the spring before his senior year, and he got hurt. And they're like, okay, Cobley, I can hear him now. Nope. Told you, he's not supposed to be on offense. Put him on defense. When he comes back, he's playing D. So so he's been defense all the way through. Finished at Harrison in '97 that last season, and then went on to University of Memphis. What is the University of Memphis now. So had a good career. So he's been a defensive guy.
So we got another Hoya, former Hoya there, and Memphis is one of those teams that's going to sneak up on some people this year. They got a lot of talent.
Absolutely, and they actually play at Georgia State in October.
Mm-hmm.
So if any former Hoyas are interested in going seeing old number 7 Brady Cluse, who's now number 12 at the University of Memphis, they're going to be playing at Pete Pettit Field.
Oh.
So it's going to be a 6 o'clock game on, I believe, October 3rd. I'll have to double check that. I was talking with his mom a couple days ago. So there's some ticket specials that you can get in on if you get a large group. So we obviously want to promote that, but also want to shout out to Lindley Bruce, who has really been instrumental in getting us this spot here and partnering with walk-ons. And of course, it didn't hurt that you taught her like 5 times.
Yeah, it's always who you know. I tell my kids that all the time. But yeah, big shout out. The staff here at Walk-Ons has done a great job of getting us out the door and ready to do this. And Lindley's a big part of that. And her staff is just, man, they've just been over backwards to get everything ready. And so we appreciate that. And for those of you that are listening around the area or wherever you are, come on by because we want to take care of these folks. This is a place that, come the fall when it's football season, this place is going to be nuts.
It's great. I mean, it's crazy. Such a great atmosphere. I mean, I'm trying to count all the TVs in here. 25 maybe, like more. It's nuts. No matter where you're sitting, you have a great vantage point of any screen. So I can't imagine being here on like a college football Saturday or an NFL Sunday or even Monday or Thursday night football. Would be awesome here just to bring a group of friends and you're right around the corner.
Yeah, it's literally in our community.
Yeah.
So yeah, get on down tonight especially, and just a reminder, just when you get through, drop that receipt in the bucket by the front door. We would greatly appreciate that. And you don't have to be a Harrison person at all. You can just drop that receipt in the bucket.
Yep,
it just realized, Adam, there's going to be a lot of people in here that just are coming just for dinner and don't know anything about our history. So let's kind of revisit how we got started and how we've kind of been doing this for 10 years.
This is year 10. Yeah. I mean, all the way back to 2016 when it was just basically nothing was live. Everything was recorded. It was posted on message boards and all of a sudden people started listening to it and they started, texting me and emailing me and saying, hey, you guys you did a really good job. And we liked listening to it. And, aunts, uncles, grandparents, that sort of thing. We're starting to get there. Now, at that point in time, I was basically paying for it all myself. The
That's
website,
true.
Everything. I was borrowing equipment from Bill Phelps.
That's right.
Everything was borrowed. The equipment was borrowed. I was using my school laptop and with a USB headset.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to do everything, and they got 4 guys in the press box who are spotting things. And I'm like, I remember coming in. You probably remember seeing me.
I remember it.
I was like, man, it's hard. I can't talk for 3.5 hours. And I was like, they got 4 dudes over there, and I'm trying to do the job of 4 guys, And Terry, being the generous guy that he is, he goes, you need some help? So I didn't even hesitate, man. I was like, sure. And I don't exactly think he knew what he was getting himself into, but it's been great having him. And that next year, we did our first live broadcast from Barron Stadium.
Yep.
Couldn't find the light switch, and it's been nothing but
we've been going ever since.
Yeah.
So, yeah, for those of you who don't know, we do every football broadcast for Harrison High School, and we do it live on every Friday night from wherever they're playing, and it's a great opportunity for you to kind of listen in to some local high school football, and you can hear a really good play-by-play guy because I'm sorry, but Adam is one of the best in the state. And, it's a great opportunity. You can get to it through our website, Hoya Nation,
hnsradio.com.
And you can also follow us on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook. It's a quick search, HNS Radio or HNS Broadcasting.
And, I think all our socials are HNS Radio.
Yeah, but I think if you search,
you can still get there.
Both of those, it's gonna pull that up. So it's been a great run, and we're only getting started. And you never know, we might end up doing a Cobb County Game of the Week one day.
You never know. Yeah, that could be in our future. But yeah, if you want to also, we have our podcasting our podcasting platform is Podbean, and that makes it really really easy to listen because you can download the app. It's free. If you create a free account and follow That way you'll get notifications when we go live. And it's not like other stuff where you're getting annoying notifications every 5 minutes. The only time you're going to get a notification for us is at 7 o'clock on a Friday night in the fall that tells you whether you're going live. Hoyas against Hillgrove, Hoyas against McEachern. And then it's going to be a headline just like a text. You just touch it and boom, there we are. And you're listening. You're right next to us.
Yep, and it's definitely worth the listen because if you think about some of the players we have had the privilege of broadcasting. Justin Fields, Jameer Gibbs.
Yeah.
All those guys at Rome that were up at that first game.
Anderson.
And many, many more. I mean, there's been so many.
The Griffin guy from Pebblebrook.
Absolutely. And then now Calzada, the quarterback at Kentucky.
Zach Calzada at Kentucky, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've, Phillips, he's at Georgia now. He was at Pebblebrook. We've gotten to see some amazing high school football talent that has moved on to the next level. And some of them have even moved on to that next level and are playing in the NFL right now.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I mean, when we think about it, when we look back at some of those broadcasts, and how many people we were able to reach. I guess the one that stands out was that first live broadcast. I remember, we did the Rome thing, and on our drive home, I remember just looking over at Terry and being like, "Man, we just did that."
Yeah.
Like, that was kind of historic. And then I got back home, and I think the company that hosted that platform was overseas, so there was a time difference. So I woke up the next morning and looked at the numbers. And we had almost 1,700 listeners for that one episode.
Yep. And it's grown from there.
And it's really grown from there. So, again, for those that have helped us grow through the changing of platforms, this is our third platform. But it's worked, and it's been through the support of the community, the Harrison community, Hoya community, and the alumni, And speaking of, it's also been largely due to our sponsors and their support. Let me just run through our sponsors. Signs and More, Ortho Express, Otter's Chicken, Post CPAs, J.L. Brooks Construction, Dawn Brooks, Remax Around Atlanta, Kennesaw Embroidery, MMP Customs. Of course, walk-ons joining us this year. Our Hoya our alumni our chat line is sponsored by our Hoya alumni. Carl Black Chevrolet is our halftime and first down sponsor. Blaze Fit Performance is our player of the game sponsor. Smith Appliance is our timeout and Stanfield 3-and-out sponsor. A&W Chiropractic, our new sponsor this year for touchdowns. Innovation Compound, also a new sponsor located in Kennesaw. They are a Kickoff and Red Zone sponsor. Salon Posta, our GHSA scoreboard sponsor, also a new sponsor. So we have welcomed in a lot of new sponsors, and we hope to represent those businesses through our broadcasts as well, and promote them as much as we can because they're really helping us keep things going.
Yep, and we absolutely have room for more sponsors and more partners.
We do.
If you have the opportunity and you want to do some advertising on a local broadcast that gets pretty good reach, because we've had listeners all around the world every Friday night, and that's no exaggeration. We've literally had listeners in France, in Peru, in Australia, in Japan. I think one time
the UK,
England. Yeah, it's a great opportunity.
But 98% is local, and that's feel like we really have sort of the market around here really kind of has I guess we're flooding the market, so to speak, with the people that listen and live around here. So that's what we're trying to do. Well, I know some of the coaches will be rolling in here in just a few minutes, and until they do, we just want to maybe talk about.
Let's do a quick recap of last year's season so we can kind of start rolling into football.
Yeah, well, again, the Hoyas finished 2024 on a bit of a sour note, losing at home to Archer 45-42, and probably one of the most exciting games I've ever called because there were no punts and there were no turnovers.
Correct.
Which I've never, in my history of being around high school football, I've never had a game in which that happened.
You get one stop, you win the game.
Yeah, literally.
Yep.
So, I mean, you could literally say, hey, we haven't forced a punt in 9 months, when we really haven't.
That's true. Whenever Kennesaw Mountain punts tomorrow night.
That will be historic.
That'll be the first time.
That will break the string.
In a long time.
But you're coming off a season where you had the Region Player of the Year in Xavier Hill, and his numbers threw for over 2,200 yards, 20 touchdowns, only 3 picks.
Yep.
Just amazing. And his rushing, he rushed for over 1,000 yards. 120 carries, 1,030 yards, 18 touchdowns. So you lost 38 touchdowns out of that offense.
That's
So
tough
as a
to
coaching
replace.
staff over the summer, over the winter, they're like, okay, where do we go? Where do we go? And so a lot of those guys from last year just were remarkable players, and they're doing big things on
Mm-hmm.
their own.
Yep. And, you think about it, that was a region championship.
Yes.
We beat every team in the region by at least 10 points. So you kind of dominated. And you've got to, like you said, you've got to replace a whole lot of scoring. And, that's something that the Hoya is going to start to try to do tomorrow night in earnest at Kennesaw Mountain. We will be on the air at 7, and kickoff will be at 7:30. But that Archer game, that was one of the wildest games I've ever seen. You and I have done a lot of games.
Yeah.
And to see neither team punt or turn the ball over, and it literally did come down to who had the ball last.
I mean, even when Archer scored that late touchdown, I was like, there's still time on the clock. We still got a shot. And that game wasn't over until that ball hit the ground.
Yep.
When Xavier threw that Hail Mary there at the end, just the way that worked out. But, man, it was so heartbreaking. I felt bad for those guys. And, man, oh, man, what a game. But, again, when that game ends, you just flip the switch. Let's get started.
Yep.
How are we going to work on? What are we going to work on for next year? And you just start planning. Luckman Salam in his second season, again, starting out with 9-2. I know he was disappointed that he didn't get that playoff win. He was really disappointed. He was down in the dumps for a while. We were hoping to get him coming tonight, but he's got his daughter's going off to college.
Oh, yeah.
And he's got to get all the stuff ready for her and
yep.
Making sure her vehicle can make it.
I
have been there.
Yes, we have.
So I told him, I said, hey, you take care of what you need to take care of. I said, don't worry, we got some of your assistants that are coming, and I think they can get us. I can get some information out of Joey Gerda.
Oh, there's no doubt. Yeah,
and Trent Thompson, they're great guys. But yeah,
but what a story Salam is. I mean, you think about what he did at Osborne.
It was amazing.
And how he turned that place around and that football program around. I mean, they went 6 years without a win.
That's crazy. I know.
They had never made the state playoffs.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah,
and he took them to the state playoffs. And then, the next year comes over to Harrison. But just, a remarkable coach to do what he did at Osborne with that program. And that he's left a lasting effect over there.
Oh,
because they don't look at, oh, yeah, we're Osborne, we're not going to compete. They now expect to at least get out there and try to compete.
Yeah, and I mean, you can't ask for much more than that from a coach. But he's in a great position here. He's got a really good roster, I think, for this year. You've got some skill guys I'm really excited about. And I really like our linebackers. I really like our linebackers. They've got experience, they've got speed, and they've got knowledge. They've got a hunger to learn. They get into the scouting report. And that's kind of what you got to do because, if you run a 4.8, if you know what you're supposed to do, it's like running a 4.5.
Yeah, and linebacker. I mean, you think about it, that's your captain of your defense in many units, and also you got to be a little crazy. And I think a couple of our linebackers, they're a little nuts, and that's what you need.
And that's okay
because
I'm good with
that. You think they're going full speed and sticking their hat right in the middle of it. Yep. And so but I think I agree with you that the linebackers could be the strength of that defense this year.
And also, if you look on the offensive side of the ball, you've got a sophomore quarterback, Aiden Watson, coming in there.
Mm-hmm.
Very talented, very athletic. Didn't get to see him do a whole lot on Friday. I think that was just getting some things ironed out as Trent Thompson walks in here. Going to get him on the air here momentarily. But, yeah, that was something I'm looking forward to.
Mm-hmm.
We've got running backs for days.
That is true. And one of them could be pretty good.
Yeah, and I think we've got some real game changers on the outside. And, again, a healthy Donovan Martin and DJ Huggins, the transfer from North Cobb Christian. And we're just hearing amazing things about him and what he's been able to do at practice, some of the crazy things. But he brings a mix of speed and elusiveness that we maybe really haven't had at wideout in a while. I mean, Brady was just going to run away from you and was physical. And I think DJ brings a different element.
Yeah, and in a situation like this where you do have a young quarterback and you got a team that's having to replace a spectacular talent like Xavier Hill, well, then you may want to rely on your running game a little bit more. And so that's where the challenge is going to be. These O linemen, they have to do their jobs.
Yeah, and we've got a healthy Colin Williams, transferred from Paulding County last year, tore his ACL. Now he's back, not wearing the brace. So he's going to get in the mix, I think, as Wes Ellis makes an appearance, athletic director.
Always good to have the athletic director here.
Good to have that. We appreciate him coming by. And so we're going to let see if we can't get Trent Thompson over here in just a minute. And
why don't you talk about the schedule real quick?
Okay.
And I'm going to get him coached up, and I'll get him on.
Will do. All right. So obviously, last year's schedule, everything's going to be pretty much flipped as far as locations. So Hoyas are going to open up with Kennesaw Mountain, and then next week, of course, that's a road game. Of course, the week after that is going to be against Wheeler at home. That was a crazy ending last year. That was a last-second victory for the Hoyas, having to come back after a disastrous start. Well, showed a lot of resilience, came back and beat Wheeler 35-34. And then North Paulding is going to come to us for week 3. And then we are at Pebblebrook, at Campbell, McEachern's at home, South Cobb away, Osborne away, Hillgrove away, and then we finish at home against Paulding County, which that Paulding County game last year was absolutely nuts.
Yeah, that was nuts. That was one of those situations where you really weren't sure what was going to happen at any time. And, it's a tough region. If you think about it, Pebblebrook's going to be improved. Hillgrove's going to be improved. McEachern is going to be McEachern. And then you throw in Campbell. It's a tough region if you think about it. And so, the Hoyas have their work cut out for them. No region at 6A is easy around here. And then you talk about the crossover that we get into in the first round of the playoffs, which is on the other side of the county. So joining us now is Coach Trent Thompson. He's going to talk a little bit about some of the things that he's excited about. And I coached him up, Adam.
Okay.
I haven't had a chance to coach you up yet, but I'm blasting your volume so you don't get thrown off by the echo. So I've told him the same thing.
Okay,
right?
gotcha.
So here we go.
All right, yeah, because I am pretty loud. I was going to. Oh, okay. Big T, Trent Thompson.
Yes, sir.
This has become an old hat for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the new and improved beardless Trent Thompson.
How about it?
So, again, what you guys went through, obviously that Archer game, it was just, it's great from an offensive standpoint. You guys had a lot of fun. That was a fun game, but, the result, not what you wanted. So then you lose the offensive player of the year in the region.
Yep.
Now we've got an upcoming sophomore that we got to teach this offense. Luckily, he was running it at freshman level, so that was good. What are your initial, impressions about how Aiden has progressed?
Well, he's a super talented kid. From the moment he walked on campus as a freshman, super talented as a football player, but also as a baseball player. And he had a great opportunity to get to have some varsity experience playing in the playoffs with our baseball team, which I was really excited about, that he was able to kind of be thrown in the fire. Because it is different than football, but it's still, super competitive environment. And ultimately that's what you want out of kids, is to be in competitive environments. And he excelled and played great for the baseball team.
Yeah, he was excellent.
He's been able to kind of carry that over and not really bat an eye at any circumstance that's been put in football-wise. Obviously, he's got a lot of room to grow, and he's seeing a lot of things for the first time. I'm excited for tomorrow to kind of let him loose athletically. I think that's going to be a big thing for him. A big piece is like he's been playing in the pocket all summer and all spring, and like you can't touch him and he can't run and all this. And I think when he is able to get out of the pocket, go run, and we can have some design stuff for him, and he's going to excel in that role too. So.
Yeah, I think that was something from Friday night that I think everybody picked up on. It's like, okay, a defender looked at him and they would, and that's just being safe, right?
For sure.
And we're all for that, but like
especially
you said,
at that position.
Yeah, letting him loose, I think is a great line, because I think that's what a lot of the Hoya followers are looking for, because we know how athletic he is, we know how talented he is. And we want him to let loose, and the fact that you guys are basically going to dial some things up for him and have him be that guy. early on and not just wait. Let's see how he develops games 2, 3, 4. Just
Yeah.
hey, let's go.
Yeah.
So
for
I
sure.
liked what you, as a former coach, I like what you said about him getting that playoff experience from baseball, being on that run that they went on last year in the playoffs. Talk a little bit about how you think two-sport athletes sometimes really do have an edge and where that comes from.
Yeah, I think, my dad was a basketball coach for a long time, and that was something that he started to notice on the back end of his career that we talked a lot about was kids that were basketball kids and only basketball kids. They go play AAU basketball all summer. Um, yes, AAU basketball is a competitive environment, but like it's different to walk into Loving Good Gym where there's 3,500 people watching you play basketball and the pressure of that versus you're in a gym in Orlando and there's nobody that you know there. And then 2 hours later, you're going to play another game, regardless
Yeah.
of how that one goes,
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think that's the same for what Aiden, the benefit that we saw from him is you play freshman football. It's like playing on a Thursday, mamas and daddies are there and they're cheering hard for you, but like the result of that game it really carries no weight. It's a good experience for him as a player. You go play in the first, second, third round of the state baseball playoffs, like there's some weight to that.
Oh
And
yeah.
I think that gets downplayed a lot for kids that is, you talk baseball, the same thing, football, the same thing. You go play 7-on-7 all summer. It's a competitive environment, but it's not the same. You're not really in the fire. And so I think that's an irreplaceable benefit to playing multiple sports and being in real competitive environments where you're really feeling a crowd and stuff like that. So
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. I mean, that it's a different type of situational anxiety that you're getting put in different sports, but it all builds to prepare you for those moments where when it's a big moment, you got to have the athlete ready. And so you're right. I think that's huge. Do you think the growth of 7-on-7 football has kind of started to change the way you guys look at summer? I mean, how do you think it's affecting the way you guys go about your business?
it's an interesting landscape for sure. We don't have a ton of kids that go and compete in it because we do have a lot of multiple sport athletes. Um, I've had kids that have been super competitive in it and they go travel across the country and do all the things. And you do have to kind of tailor what you do in the summer to some of that stuff. But there's skill carryover there, which is a positive. It's not a schematic carryover, but there is skill carryover. So I think it's a positive. I think it's a good thing. Anytime people are playing football, I think that's good. It just is good for the game. It's a different way to grow the game, and it's a safer way to grow the game. So I think it's a good thing.
Do you ever foresee at the high school level changes on the effect of like what the NFL is trying to do with the kickoff rule, the new kickoff now? Do you see those changes starting to trickle down potentially to college and high school level?
I think everything has a trickle effect, whether it's schematics of the sport or rules in the sport. Typically, they trickle down. You saw that a lot with like the head-to-head contact stuff that started at the NFL and trickled down to college, and then it's trickled down to high school. So I think you'll see all that stuff kind of trickle down, and you see it like style of play can trickle from either direction and go from high school up, or it can go like you saw when Chip Kelly was at Oregon. That affected all levels of football, the fast-paced offenses and spreading everybody out and doing all that kind of stuff. So you see it trickle up and down, but yeah, I think those rules are probably on the way.
I would agree.
Yeah, I would say like the concussion rules really. I mean, at one point, early 2000s, the only people that were hitting more than once a week were high schools.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, like every college coaches figured out, hey, I can't get my guys hurt. The NFL figured it out. We're not going full contact. Like they can go to the ground.
Yeah.
I mean, so the only ones that were doing it were high school kids 3 times a week. And I remember, early days, Joey can tell you, when he gets over here, he just walked in, Joey Gerda, defensive guy, defensive line, right?
Harrison, the legend.
Yes. So he could tell you when he was playing, we had 3 practices a day in the summer. I was there for all of them. We had one in the morning from 7 to 10:30. We'd have a break. They throw some food at them. They do a special teams. They do lunch. Then they do special teams from like 12 to 1:30.
Yeah.
And then at 4:30, we go again, full team.
That's a lot.
Tell me about it. I know. I was there. I lived it. I know. I didn't have to suit up, but I was there standing in the heat with them too, and I don't know how they did it, but man, hats off to all those guys that grew up through the Harrison program doing 3-a-days for a week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember 2-a-days. We never did 3-a-days.
Three.
Yeah, that's a lot. That
And
is
you
a
can
lot.
and you can tell me, the coaches will be like, oh, well, one's just special teams. Well, that's what wins you games. So you can't slack during the special teams.
Yeah.
But pretty much that's when kids would find a break somewhere.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, yeah, things have vastly changed because y'all now can't do back-to-back days of contact, right? Is that how it is?
I don't know. I don't know the rules.
I like that answer.
I don't know the rules.
I like that answer.
I do.
I mean, I know it's changed. Like, there's only certain,
I think there's like certain
you can
periods
do,
that you can do it.
And again, what is considered full contact? If you're not taking them to the ground, that's not considered. So
that's above my pay grade.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. That's a boss man question when he gets
man.
here.
I don't know if he's going to be able to come tonight. I talked to him earlier, so I think it's going to be you and G man over there.
Just a reminder, everybody, you are listening to HNS Radio. We are coming to you live from the Avenues at West Cobb. We are at Walk-Ons. We are being joined currently by Coach Trent Thompson of the Hoya football staff on the offensive side. And just want to remind everybody that's on their way out and everybody that's in the restaurant right now, when you get done tonight, please take your receipts and put them in the bucket by the front door. We would greatly appreciate it. That would support what we're trying to do with HNS Radio and get this broadcast out to everybody at all times during football season and all things football related. So just kind of wrapping up with Coach Trent Thompson here, because he's got some food on the way.
Yeah, he does.
And we don't want to make him have to eat and talk.
I'm afraid Oscar might eat his.
Yeah, if we leave it on that table over there, Oscar's going to get his hands on it. It's going to be gone.
Yeah, he's the snack master. So just real quick, I've got to ask you this question.
Okay.
Right? The Archer game last year.
Yep.
All we needed was a stop. Have you ever seen a game like that where there were no punts and no turnovers? I mean, have you ever even been a part of that?
No, I haven't. No, but I'd do it again in a heartbeat. It was so much fun. Well, we had a blast offensively. I know the defensive guys were pulling their hair out, but that was. When you talk about two polar opposite experiences, going from that and the last game that we played, and then showing up last Friday, that experience offensively,
very different.
Yes, it was very different.
Yeah,
so
that's where I was going to go next before we let him go. Just so his initial thoughts. I know that scrimmage, knowing you only got a half with the starters.
Yeah.
So there's probably a sense of urgency that's added pressure. Okay, we're only have a limited number of reps. What am I going to be able to pull from this? What am I going to be able to find out from just these? First of all, how many plays did y'all run?
Not a lot.
16, maybe?
Yeah, we were around 20 in the first half, which is not good.
Yeah, I mean, we weren't going NASCAR or anything.
No.
I mean, there was nothing exciting. And so, I mean, what were you able to pull from that, or what do you think the kids learned from that?
Well, I think it was, and we talked about this a lot as a staff coming out of that. While we do have a lot of players back, we have a lot of guys that are in different spots. And so, you don't play your starting tailback. You don't have a starting receiver. The two guys that you play at receiver are new. It's the first time they're playing on a Friday night. DJ's a great player, but he's never played with us on a Friday night. Sam Stevens is back on the offensive line, but playing a new position. And so really, in the grand scheme of things, on Friday night, we had two returning starters in the positions that they played last year.
And that's it.
That was it.
That's big.
Yeah. And so just to get out there on a Friday night, and like we just talked about, being in a competitive environment and being in the fire, I think it was good for our kids, and good to know that, like, hey, even if it's really bad, the sun's going to come up the next day and we're going to be okay. Because what I never want our kids to feel like they're playing under pressure, or like I tell them every Friday before we break and they go out on the field, like, hey, play fast, play loose, and just have fun, enjoy yourself. And I think that's, what I want our kids to take away from everything is that, hey, Monday through Thursday, we're going to get out here and work really, really hard, so that on Friday you can show up and you can have the most fun that you have in your life. And Salam says that, and we talk about it a good bit, that like Friday nights for high school football players are an irreplaceable experience. And
there's no doubt about that.
There's nothing like it. And we want them to know that and feel it and experience it to the full. Yeah. And so I think it was good for our kids on Friday to experience it, be in the arena, as the saying is, and even though it was not a great experience for them, we take away a lot of learning experiences, and they can come back hopefully on Friday and be able to really play free and have fun. So
Awesome.
And it did seem like East
Yeah.
Paulding had some good guys on the defensive side of the ball.
yeah,
They
and
had-
what they do defensively is chaos. And Spence, like, I know Spence so well. I've known him my whole life, and we talked after the game, and he's like, our defense is just chaos. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. It's chaos. And it is. It's just chaos
Yes.
that they play. But they do a good job of it, and their coaches are great, and they do a great job. So I don't want to play them again. I'm glad that we don't have to. But I'm excited for Friday. So.
Well, we are too. We're so glad that you could spend a few moments with us here tonight. Always a great interview, everybody.
Full of knowledge.
Offense coordinator, quarterbacks coach Trent Thompson.
No, thank you guys for doing
Trent
this.
Thompson,
This is
thank
awesome
you.
for our kids and awesome for our program. You guys do this. So
All
thank
right.
y'all.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.
We appreciate you.
Yes,
Yep.
sir. Thank y'all.
So that was Trent Thompson, everybody, offensive coordinator for the Hoyas. He's got that game plan. He's got it all laminated. He's ready to go tomorrow night. He's got the call sheets ready to go. So we're going to get Joey Gerda up here. But just to remind you guys, you're listening to HNS Radio's remote from Walk-Ons at the Avenues. Shout out to Caitlin and Phoebe who are documenting this entire adventure. We appreciate you so much.
And we do appreciate that.
Yes, she has promised to share all those things, all the pics with us. So we're going to have some sort of collage on social media. Big Oscar. Oscar's challenged us. He says he's leaving it up to us to name his sack.
Well, he's better get them
He
now.
needs to start getting some now.
Yeah,
So
he better get them.
And the man that's going to put him in positions to do just that is right here, Joey Gerda, defensive coordinator for the Hoyas, his first year on the staff. Joey, thanks for joining us.
Hey, great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Well, Joey, I kind of tried to coach you up this morning to make sure that it went well. You said that you don't really like doing these, but we really appreciate you being here.
I appreciate it. I mean, I'll get through it. That's all right. You said you'd help me through it anyway.
I will.
So
I'll
we'll
hold
make
your
it
hand
happen.
through this. It'll be great.
Yeah.
But again, Joey, I was telling people in the beginning before you guys got here, sort of a little bit about our relationship, and it goes back. I mean, we're talking 30 years almost.
Almost.
Yes. Yeah. You graduated in 98. That was my first year. 97, 98 was my first year. You graduated with some pretty good athletes, Corey Patterson among others. That was a really talented senior class y'all had. But I told them, you were my very first injury.
Yes.
My very first priority injury. They're like, as soon as I got on campus, I hadn't even gotten a parking spot or anything I hadn't even gotten an ID yet.
And I joke with you that my knee hasn't been the same since you touched it. So
he's like, I know I played college football for 4 years, but I still blame you.
I have a feeling you're not the only one that does that.
Oh my gosh, yeah. But I remember you might have been nervous at Walton at that jamboree.
Yeah.
I was more nervous.
Were you?
I was nervous for you because he had. I know you had gone through so much rehab and had worked so hard to get back, and you were playing a new position then as well, right? You started playing more defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because you got hurt playing offense, and I'm sure Cobley was
and Cobley was probably breathing down your neck the whole time about it too.
Honestly, it was actually more I think it was actually more Peak was more concerned. Him and Hightower were a little more into. Yeah. I think Cobley tried to give me my space. He always did that. He was great about that. But as Coach Williamson rolling in here as well, but
giving me a stink eye.
Yeah.
What's up, Coach?
But Joey, I mentioned earlier I was going to ask your opinion on something. Having graduated in '98, played all 4 years for Cobley, legendary coach, and you're coming back full circle. What is the Harrison environment like from when you were there in '98? We're talking different eras, really, but what are some things that you notice that maybe are some similarities and some vast differences?
It's eerie. Like you walk in the building, and part of me feels like I'm still in high school because this is the environment that, I was 14 to 18 years old.
Yeah.
I'm in this environment. I'm walking through the same halls I did back then, and part of me goes back to that in my head, but it's different now. It's in thinking about it, it's almost like the TV show Stranger Things. You have the underneath, right? Like everything's exactly the same, but completely different. And that's what 27 years will do. Everything is it's completely different. But it's exactly the same.
Man, that's the
really
best analogy I think I've ever heard. Period.
I mean, minus the evil monsters and all that stuff, but
well, look, they're there. They're Harrison too.
Yeah. Admin's great. I'm not calling them monsters.
Oh, no.
They're not a part of the underworld or whatever it's called.
No.
But it's been great.
Yeah.
I mean, I still walk by certain spots that my buddies and I used to hang like Main Street and 300, and
Yep.
as we
Yep.
always hang out there, and the number of kids now, there's not as many kids now. Back then, there was, I think I graduated with 700-800 kids.
Yeah.
It was a big class.
Yeah. Yeah. I
And-
mean, we were close to $3,000 or
Yeah.
over.
We were the year after I graduated was the biggest school in the state. But
Yeah.
a lot of kids, a lot of trailers.
Yes.
A whole lot of trailers.
Yeah. I think I had 36 at one point.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was crazy. But
A lot has changed. You know,
Yeah.
I was reflecting on that, and it's, Bill Clinton was president. I had brown hair, and I knew everything. And now I have white hair, and I don't know nearly what I thought I knew. So things change a little bit.
Imagine what you'll know tomorrow.
Yes.
Imagine what I remember tomorrow. That's the part that I'm worried about.
I'm just glad when I can remember how to get home, Coach.
Exactly.
I mean, that's what it is.
Exactly.
So let's talk a little bit about defense.
Sure.
What would you say is your favorite part about coaching defense, and then what is the one thing you loathe?
The loathing part, the effort, just being lethargic, and not being coached to do what you've been coached to do over and over again, and just kind of. And the other side of that, I think the positive thing is a kid grasps a concept that they've been trying to get, and they just have that aha moment.
Yeah.
And it
I
snaps,
know that
and
moment.
They
Yep.
have it, and it's like, hallelujah, here we go. We've arrived. All the work that you and I have worked together on something, it's come together. And that's probably the favorite part.
Yeah.
I think my stickler as a defensive line coach has always been hands. I think, going back to those days, Coach Hightower, holy smokes, that's all we did.
Yeah.
It's just hands. And I think that's stuck in my head when I think about, because I went on to play offensive line, came back and coached offensive line my first couple of years as a coach. And then I went on to coach defensive line, and I reflected, how am I going to coach this position that I don't remember much about? But I went back to Coach Hightower and how he preached hands over and over again. And that's just, I've replicated that, to be honest with you. Kind of weird how that works, comes full circle.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I hang my hat on as far as a defensive line coach and what I stick to.
Yeah.
So is there a point where you think you might see some of those light bulbs come on during a game this year, where you will be watching and you'll see one of your guys and go, that's what we've been working on? You think that's going to be there?
There are epiphanies that just occur in games. Most of the time, though, they do happen in practice. And it's the tougher practices that, the heat's turned up a little bit. We're getting after each other, and it just happens like out of nowhere. It does happen in games at times. Most of the time, it does happen in practice. As far as seeing the future in games, who knows? Yeah. I think the guys that are going to be playing a lot are the ones that they've already had that moment, either prior to me being here or since I've been here. I mean, kids are really great here. They play really hard, and they play with great technique.
Do you remember the moment the game started to slow down for you in high school?
Yeah, when I was bigger and stronger than everybody, really. I mean,
he was a beast. I mean,
it took a while. It did. I was always tall and like a beanpole, and I would run around with my chest up. As a lineman, that's a no-no, and I would learn the hard way. And I had that aha moment when it was like, I need to play behind my pads. If I don't, my chest is going to get caved in. So, that's kind of the aha moment. Preservation was my aha moment.
Survival was the aha.
Yeah.
Who is the best individual player at the high school level you ever played against?
At the high school level, I played against one of the Stinchcomb brothers when they were at the Parkview. I think it was my
sophomore year, maybe?
Nah, junior or senior. It was my junior year.
Junior year,
I played against, I think it was Matt Stinchcomb. He was the offensive tackle. We went on to play at Georgia. I knew I was going against him all week, and he was All-American everything. I was ramped up to play him. I think I did okay. I mean, I don't remember much, but that was probably the best player that I think I played against. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I know that you guys, either the year before, I think y'all played Douglas of Atlanta, and I think y'all tried to defend Jamal Lewis.
I did not play in that game. However, I remember watching him use our defensive players as a springboard to the end zone several times.
I think he had either 7 or 8 touchdowns.
He stepped on people's chests on his way to 7 or 8 touchdowns.
He
it was pretty
was
incredible.
a monster.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, if I would have played in that game, I would have said him bar none. Because on the sideline watching, I was impressed.
Yeah.
At some point in that game, did you ever go, glad it's not me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Without hesitation. Yes.
Well, I want to shift gears to current. You also have another role a little bit with the conditioning. You've kind of taken over, of course, Coach Dickman retiring last year. He was big in the weight room, and that's kind of shifted, and that's kind of been something that has been laid at your feet. Was that something that you wanted, or is something that was just a role that they needed filled, and you were just like, yeah, I want to do that?
No, at the previous school I was at, I won't say the name of it because people around here don't like that name, but that's okay. I was the strength coach there for almost its entire existence, and I learned by Coach Ironside gave me the role and said, "You take it," and put all the the burden on my back, and he said, "Don't screw it up." And I did my best not to screw it up, and I learned. I poured into learning more. I went to clinics. I talked to people. I talked to strength coaches, college level, high school level, and just gained as much information as I possibly could. And I poured in, and I made it. I was like going for my own personal doctorate in that.
Right.
And, just a constant pursuit of knowledge. And coming here, I wanted to be the strength coach. Coach Salim and I have a great relationship dating years back, and he asked me to come over. My kids are both in school at Harrison, and so it was a no-brainer. I love the school that I'm leaving, but I cannot deny the opportunity to come and be in the school with my kids and to just start a new beginning and be fresh, doing something at a different school, something that I love doing.
Yeah.
You ever coach without your shoes on like Ironside does?
I do, actually. Yeah. From time to time, I will be on the field with slides on. And, when it's not 100,000 degrees on the turf, I will go, shoeless completely.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. Well, as far as philosophy, of course, Coach Dickman was big on maxing, lots of like heavy reps, heavy lifts. How does your philosophy differ from that, and what do you hope that our kids can gain from that?
By the way, one of my friends said, "Oh, you're replacing a guy that just had his name retired in the field house. Good luck." So I'm like, "Oh, yeah, you put it that way." I'm stepping into some big shoes, but no, Coach Dickman's great. No, what he does is great, and that's a philosophy. Everybody has their own philosophies and how things should be done. There's a lot of validity to what he does. I like to ask myself 3 questions when I'm programming a workout. Number 1, are we using free weights? Number 2, are we doing compound movements using multiple joints of the body? And number 3, are our feet in the ground? And you think about any sport you play, those are things that you want to have. You want to have your feet in the ground. You want to have your full body moving, and obviously free weight in the weight room. That's how I structure everything, but I'm a little different in how I operate beyond that. I'm a very big mobility guy, flexibility. I see, current day and time, kids sitting around a lot, right? Maybe, versus what it used to be. And so I think we've got to take that straitjacket off and get them back to moving the way that they were intended to move through range of motion, in their body and through all joints of their body. And I start every workout with yoga, stretching. It's probably 15 minutes of nothing but movement stuff and getting our body primed to move weight. And we do a lot of Olympic lifting.
Yeah.
We'll do snatch, we'll do clean and jerk, power cleans, along with squats, along with front squats and all the things that they've done in the past. I just go upon that with a little bit more movement and stuff than probably what they were used to doing prior to me coming there.
Right.
Yeah. And that's a good point because you think about it. This generation of athlete at the high school level, they generally don't have the level of activity that we had growing up, where you were climbing trees, you're swimming, you're riding
when
bikes,
when you don't have a
sports.
practice or you don't have a game, they are, like you said, a lot of stationary, static, sedentary, unless something's on the schedule.
Yeah, right.
So
that's just the nature of our culture now.
Yeah,
and it is what it is. But
having the ability to adapt, I think that speaks volumes about how you approach. You understand, you see where the gaps are,
Yeah.
And hey, if you're going to be with me, I can help you fill out these gaps.
Yeah.
Fill these gaps.
And at the end of the day, we're not trying to develop power lifters. We're not trying to develop Olympic weightlifters. We're trying to develop and improve athletes on the field moving. Movement is what we're trying to improve, not just being stronger. Stronger is absolutely important, but movement is ultimately the most important, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a different type of movement. You think about it; it's an explosive movement for generally not more than a few seconds in
Right.
that sport. I mean, you get the occasional longer run or
Yeah.
the longer play, but yeah, it's what can your body do in that 5 second span?
Right.
Is it conditioned enough to that quick twitch?
That
Can it?
functional
Yep.
movement, that
Yeah.
functional strength,
Correct.
more than anything
Yeah.
else, more than like, hey, straight line. How much can you bench? Which
Yeah.
was kind of like back, 30 years ago. It's like, hey,
Right.
how much you bench?
Right.
How much? What do you squat? Well, that's great.
You know,
How does it translate to your position on the field? And I think that functionality is what you're bringing.
in my position on the field, if you're laying on your back and pushing somebody off of you, that's not a good thing. So we
That's
try not
bad.
to train that very much.
Yeah.
There's a breakfast named
Yeah.
after that.
Yes. There
Grand
is.
slam. Man.
There is. Coach Howard reminds me daily.
Yeah. It's it's what he mentioned. That quick action, that quick explosion. I think you may have been gone when Coach Robinson was there. I think he came after you. Or
Rich Robinson?
Rich, was he 1 year?
I was there.
Okay,
Yeah.
remember him?
What did the guy do? I know.
4
Rich
seconds.
Robinson.
4 seconds of intensity.
Yeah.
That was
Oh, absolutely.
4 seconds of intensity.
Massachusetts at its best.
Dude, that's all he wanted from you guys, right?
Yeah.
If you give me 4 seconds of intensity, and
Yeah.
boy, his face would get as red as a dang tomato.
Oh my gosh.
Gosh, I thought those coaches worried me more than players did. Like I carried antacids and all kinds of stuff for them. They were out of control, man.
Yeah.
Well, I got to experience Coach Robinson the first couple of years. I was
Did
coaching
you?
at Harrison.
Coached with him.
He coached with me
Oh, boy.
basketball, and so
He coached basketball.
Can't imagine.
Well,
him
he
on
was-
basketball.
he was
I
out
can't
there.
Imagine. He was out there.
but he was so good helping see that sport from a different way. Like it really helped the guys understand
true.
certain aspects of the sport differently, because I'd be talking basketball with him and he would say, try this. And he would, even if it was like a swim technique or anything that he would
Yeah.
like, when you're rebounding and it was just like,
Just to evade a body in a different way. Yeah.
and he would bring that element to a practice and to coaching and even in games. And so we really played well with one another. I loved coaching with him. He's a national treasure in my opinion.
He
Yeah,
really
no.
is, dude. He really is. Well, you mentioned swim moves, so I'm going to end on Joey Gerda, college football player, has 2 kids, both swimmers.
Yeah.
And you self-admittedly, you were like the other day, you're like, man, I was the guy who was ragging on the kids during high school that were on
yeah.
the swim team.
Yeah, that's not a real sport. Yeah, right.
That
thought so.
was his
And
quote
then-
as a 17-year-old.
Here, the story is my kids have done neighborhood swim forever. And so they had a parents relay one time. And so I get in the water, I got this easy. Here's what I did: a 50-yard freestyle. That's it, down and back. I had to stop at 25 yards, put my feet on the bottom of the pool, catch my breath, and turn around and come back. When my kids have to do a 50, they get out of the water. They're not even breathing hard. Their training is ridiculous. They
I know.
bust their butts. Swimmers, lots of respect.
Yeah.
Lots of respect.
Yeah,
And
everybody doesn't understand what other sports are like until they do
Exactly.
them.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And the fact that you get that, I mean, their cardiorespiratory endurance
Oh,
is
my
just
gosh.
insane. My girls growing up doing it. Abby did it for a little bit longer. Ella did it all through high school as well. But yeah, those 2-a-day morning practices, go to school, leave as fast as you can, go to another practice for 2.5, 3 hours. Yeah, it's dedication, and you also notice that your kids probably are pretty good students too.
Yes, they are.
Because they know how to manage their time.
Yes.
And they know they need to manage their
They
time.
have
So that's
to.
something that you don't really have to be on them about, probably.
To keep their head above water,
Yeah.
pardon the pun. But yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, and you can tell swimmers are just different because there's no way a normal athlete could do what they do as far as turning their head just above the level of water to take a breath
No, yeah.
and then get it. I mean, I just don't know how they do it.
That was a big thing with our kids. Like, she breathed on both sides. Because a
Yeah.
lot of kids,
Mhm.
they won't do that. They will they will stick to breathing, dominant side breathing. And that's
Yeah.
all they will do. And you get somebody that's a big hurdle to get kids through.
Wow.
Those
I didn't even know that
swimmers.
was a thing.
Oh yeah.
My kids, they put it in perspective for me. Then they said, try doing your sport without breathing.
Okay.
That's a different perspective. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Let's see.
pretty
I'm
good.
going up against Stinchcomb. I can't breathe.
Can't breathe until
This
the
is
second.
not going
I
to
can
work.
take a one breath per quarter. I'm not.
Not
Coach
gonna do it.
Hightower,
Nope.
can I
Yeah.
get a
I'm
sub
out.
here?
Get me out.
Well, Joey, we really appreciate you. Number one, for being here with us and spending some time on a busy game week. But we're also really glad you're back home.
It's great to be back.
Back on this campus. I love seeing him in the hallways, even though it makes me feel super old. But I'm okay with that. That means I'm near the end. So, but
There you go.
it's a reminder.
But you're near the end of teaching. Let's be careful.
Of teaching, not the end of the road. The road continues to go for me. But Joey, again, I've known your wife for several years. She was an athletic trainer at Hillgrove in the early days.
Not at Hillgrove.
No, wait, she was at
Osborne
Osborne.
and Kell.
Oh, Kell.
Yeah.
Okay, that's where okay. All right. So
Just for a couple of years.
Yeah. So, there was that connection, and so I'd of course known him for nearly 30 years. So it's
you and Coach Scott are the OGs.
I know
that are left from when I was here.
Yeah. We're that's it. Me and Stewart, I think, is part of that too.
Is she?
Because so there's three of us, I think, now. So
cool.
Yeah, but man, we're super excited about tomorrow night. Hopefully, we get a good result.
Yeah,
and wish your defense a lot of luck and throw up a 0.
0 would be great.
Definitely.
Thanks, right, Joey. Appreciate it.
Thanks
for showing up.
Appreciate you, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Everybody, that was Joey Gerda, defensive line coach for the Harrison Hoyas in his first year. Of course, 98 graduate and great player in his own right at Harrison back in those days, getting those defensive line guys ready for tomorrow night's matchup against Kennesaw Mountain. Of course, Adam Freeman alongside me, Terry Kemp, here at HNS Radio, coming to you live from the Walk-Ons Kickoff Special 2025. Just to remind everybody, if you would, take your receipt, put it in the bucket on your way out. That will help to support us and our efforts this coming 2025 season. We really appreciate it. Also to our listeners, Amy Perkins is out there listening. I think my wife was on there as well. Jackson Martin, Candace Washington, appreciate y'all supporting us. Candace is on the live chat as well. David Rudd is there also. Corey Bellamy, also a huge supporter, so we appreciate you guys. And my wife, Leslie Freeman, of course, is on there.
No, you better mention the wife.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Terry, this is, we're coming up on our first hour here and the end of an hour. And we got to talk to Coach Thompson, get his input, talk to Coach Gerda, get some input on the defensive side of the ball. And, what do you think we're going to see tomorrow night when we get over to Kennesaw Mountain?
Well, I think you and I are going to see a lot of sun because we aren't going to be in the box. But, that's a different complaint, and I'll drop that in the complaint box on the way out. But I think what you're going to see is you're going to see two teams playing their first game of the year, and you're probably going to see some mistakes that just happen, kind of like Oscar inviting himself over to the broadcast. I think you're going to see some mistakes because at the end of the day, it's teenagers.
Here we go.
It's the first varsity game for some of these kids, and they're going to be a little nervous, and you're going to see some whoopsies. But at the end of the day, I think what you're going to see is you're going to see our team settle down. I think the superior athletes are going to win the day, and I think you'll see the Hoyas go over there and pretty much take control of the game sometime in the first half and just go from there.
Yeah, I've got a vibe and just a feeling, a hunch. Number one, I think we need to start fast because teams like this, you let them hang around and feel like they've got hope, and all of a sudden they've got hope. And they make this a 4-quarter game, knockdown, drag-out fight. I think we need to take the air out of their sails. I think we need to hit them in the mouth right out of the gate, put a touchdown on them that first drive, just go right down the field on them, get a 3-and-out, get the ball back, and just kind of impose our will on them. And the guy that could help impose our will is sitting here right next to us, Oscar McAdoo. I will always invite him to come on our show because he's super entertaining and very eloquently spoken here. If he can figure out how to get the headset on. Hold on, I'll help you out here, Oscar. Depends on how you want to do it. You want to do it on this side probably. There you go. Is that all right?
Yeah.
All right, Big Oscar. So Big Oscar, he had a sack last week in the scrimmage. We may see if we can get David Rudd over here in a minute.
Yeah, he's part of that linebacking core that we've been
we were
talking about.
we were bragging on him. So maybe we can get Mr. Rudd over here in just a second. But Oscar, you guys have been going over the game plan all week. And what's been the focal point? Because they've got their quarterback is coming back. You and I kind of talked about him a little bit. He threw for over 1,300 yards, and he's capable as a dual threat. And they got a big tight end as well.
Yeah.
But what's the goal without giving away too much?
We just really don't want to let up the deep ball. Like I feel like that's just every team. Like when when they first what is he doing, bro?
I don't know.
When they always want to take a shot the first play of the game. I mean every team is gonna do it because they see. I mean our whole DB core, like there's like only 2 people that started last year that are coming back, so they know that we're young and they're gonna take a shot. So I mean before the Campbell game, Coach Salam was right there. I might have already told you this, but he was just like, they're going to take a shot right here. They got the young guy, and they're going to take a shot. They took a shot. They caught it. I'm trotting down there. Me and Trey just jogging down there like, But we just know they're going to take a shot. That's the only thing. But once the DBs get it figured out, and like when we all get it figured out, we all come together. Like East Paulding, like I feel like we played a really good game.
Yeah, I mean, I thought you were. That's a good offense. I thought you guys did well.
That's a really good quarterback over there, and they did a good job of stymieing him. He had a couple of long ones. We made a couple of mistakes, but overall, I thought so. I agree. And early in the season, this as a football player, and we know because we've seen a million different teams.
Oh yeah.
The defense is going to be ahead of the offense.
Yeah.
Because it's just such a different side of the ball. There's so much different. So I'm going to get deep on you, Oscar. I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to really expect you to pull one out here.
All right.
What's the difference between senior Oscar McAdoo and freshman Oscar McAdoo?
A lot. I feel like I don't know. I feel like I'm different in so many ways. Like the way I play, the way like I lead. Like I think I'm definitely a 10 times better leader than I was as a freshman. I think I've gotten a way better athlete. Like I might have been lighter when I was probably like 40, 50 pounds lighter when I was a freshman, because that Coach D workout that got me got me pretty big. But I think I'm a better athlete than I was, not like more functionally, like how Coach Gerda was saying, like, and the new workouts that he's doing, that it's got us like really moving athletically and stuff. So I mean, I think it's pretty good. But I feel like that's probably the biggest difference. I'm me. So
your personality's still the same. You're just making better decisions.
Yeah,
and that's what's awesome.
Like I'm conscious of my decisions. So
and honestly,
that's what you want.
That maturity level being there, but also at the same time, I think and again, you're mature. You're a bigger guy. You're a stronger guy.
Yeah.
But he's able to. I'm always amazed every week how agile you are.
Yeah.
You
heard that? Yeah.
For his size, like the how he can get in and out. I mean, don't get too big of a head. I mean,
I'm just
praise
saying
you a little bit.
I love when I hear that, because I was like, oh, the big guy,
But I know. But the thing about it is, I know you work on that.
I mean,
for
sure.
and again, I know you work on that. You spend all kinds of time, making sure that you can get in and out and be, because being in the center of that defense, you get a lot of attention. So you're going to get.
If I mess up, then
you're going to get double
first
teamed.
person they're going to see. But that's like I feel like also like last year that was like one of my things. Like, I could just sit there and like take up 2 blocks, or just even sometimes not. But like I don't know. Like I'm really starting to slow the game down now. So it's like starting to see easier, and like everything's just like
that
starting to come
moment.
When the game slows down for you, it's usually when you're an upperclassman. Yeah. It's definitely you're a senior, so that's when it should.
There's been a bunch of things that happened to me that I'm like, all right, like a bunch of people I've watched, things that have happened to me, like I'm just like, all right, like I got to do better. Like I've never trained like so much in the off season before, because like I know it's my last one. Like this could be my last year playing football. I got a couple colleges talking to me, but this is literally might be my last year playing football. So I don't want to, like sometimes I just be laying in my bed. I'm like, dang, like this could really like. This could be it. Like every snap could literally be my last snap of football ever. Like I don't want to go out knowing that like that I didn't leave it all out on the field. And it awesome. Gets me emotional. I'm just like, I'm like, dang, like I just I love this sport so much, and then like I love Harris and all the people there, and like I don't want to go out and be like, oh, he could have done it. I don't want to be oh, I could have done this, I could have done that. I just want to.
That's, I mean, I don't know if you can ask for a better attitude than that right there. And that, that's, attitude reflects leadership, and that comes from the top down. So you can tell Coach Salam has put his stamp, and Coach Dickman has put his stamp on how he's developed as a player. And a lot of these guys are benefiting from the leaders that we've had on that staff.
Yeah, and I see that difference. That difference right there is what I see between freshman U and senior U.
Yeah.
Is that very difference right there. So that is exciting to see. And you're right. I mean, you got to play like it's your last play.
100%.
Every play, because it really could be. Not that we would ever wish that on anybody, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, what are you guys doing as far as a team to stay bonded? I mean, every team has different things that they do. What do you guys do to stay bonded?
I mean, well, we have a lineman dinner every Thursday. We're supposed to there's supposed to be way more people here. I mean, we all these guys we all hang out together all the time. Like we've been fishing. Like all of us have been fishing together. We went fishing.
So who's the best fisherman out of your group?
Who's the best fisher? I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna say me. I'm gonna say me. But it's probably Trey or Corbin. He's a pretty good fisher. But we do a lot of things together. Like we just hang out. Like sometimes we'll just go to somebody's house, sit around, play the game. But it's like all the time. It's not just like once a week. Like we literally just do the whole summer. We were all together all day. Like we get done from practice.
That's awesome.
We might go shower or something. And every day during the summer we would play basketball. Every day at Burnt Hickory Lakes right up here. We play basketball every single day. And that's also I feel like this is the most conditioned I've ever been in my life. Because I can go out there and play as many snaps as they need me to now.
I love it.
But we play basketball every day. Our whole dead week leading up to the summer, we play basketball. So I mean, I feel like that's what we do different.
You playing basketball outdoors in Georgia in the summertime?
You're getting after it.
You're.
I mean, we would be everybody would be drenched in sweat. We go get in the pool after.
You ain't got to tell me.
No.
I mean,
you ain't got to tell me.
Been there. Yeah, we do the same thing.
Oh,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I feel like we have a really close team this year, and we're close with our underclassmen. You would think that DJ over there, you think he's a senior. He's with us all the time. It's not really we're all hanging out separately. We all hang out together. The seniors hang out with the juniors hang out with the sophomores. We all hang out together. We're just we're literally just like Coach Lom says, we're a big brotherhood. We're not just off.
Do you guys have any sort of pool going as to who DJ is going to jump over next at practice? Is that like a thing?
Wow. I mean, they all love it. He actually did it the other day to Neil. They love ankle biting him. I don't know why. But I tell him I got him yesterday on the screen, on a little screen, and I told him if this is a game, I'm diving right into him. But I can't do it because if we hurt him, then
that'd be bad.
If we hurt him, then I mean I'm gonna get everybody's gonna get fired. I'm gonna get kicked off the team.
You may get expelled.
I'm gonna get Mr. Mo's gonna it's gonna be bad. Yeah, we can't do that. He's just he's like the little golden boy now, So.
All right. Well, all right. Let's wrap up with him. Y'all give you the last question.
All right, my last question for Oscar. Yeah, we are in discussions on what to call your next sack. So it's got to be organic. So.
Yeah. I don't want to give you any idea. I mean, I got a lot of ideas.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to have to be. It's going to have to be an organic call by me. That's the only way we can make it iconic. So it'll come. Yeah. It'll flow.
I mean, it's probably be early in the game. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe first, second drive. I mean, I'm telling y'all right now. So just first, second drive.
Just do your job on every play.
I will. They're gonna come.
We'll worry about what to call it. You just get the TFLs and the sacks and the pressures, and that's all we can ask for.
Yeah, I got y'all.
But Oscar, again, we appreciate you stopping by, supporting us. We love supporting you guys, and we will continue to do that. And also make sure, just to remind everybody, follow us on Instagram at HNS Radio. Also on X at HNS Radio HNS _radio. And you can also download the free Podbean app, create your account. It is free, and hit follow. And that way you get notifications when we go live on Friday night. That will be 7 o'clock tomorrow evening. So, Oscar.
Wait, you never asked the last question.
I didn't ask the last question.
What was the question?
Last question. I didn't have a last question for him, actually.
I don't think he wants to talk to me anymore.
No, not at all. But I don't have anything. I think we got it all covered here. Oh, you want to give a prediction?
Let's don't play that game. No, let's don't play that
I'll
game.
give a prediction.
No, we
let's,
better
let's
not.
don't play that game. I want
We
them
better not.
focused, and I want them doing their job. So.
I mean, I love being.
Yeah.
It's so much fun. Y'all just.
Yeah.
I wish I could be out there and hear me on the field. It's so.
I'd give
We
anything.
need to have a mic.
No, he's actually micing me up. He's actually Jay, our guy. He's gonna mic me up tomorrow.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Okay,
So-
I want access to that file.
Listen, you might be able to watch that as like a reality TV show or something.
Dude,
It's gonna be
listen,
the
I want
funniest
that
thing ever.
audio. We're publishing it as Oscar mic'd up.
It's gonna be. I mean, it's just, and it's not even like me. Like you can ask these guys. It's not even me being like out of the norm. Like I didn't have a mic on last week, and I'm just being. It's just so
Now, who's doing this?
It's our producer person. His name's Jay. I gotta remind him actually, but yeah, he's
Okay.
it's our
Is he a
little-
student?
I do have a final.
No. It's our like.
So he's on the staff.
Yeah, he's on the not
Okay.
he doesn't like not staff at Harris, but he's like yeah.
Like what? Just
He runs our Instagram and all that stuff.
okay.
I do have a final question. I do
Okay,
have one.
okay.
Which game on the schedule are you most looking forward to?
Hillgrove. That's I mean, we've beat them. I mean, I don't even want to. I mean, every like since we were freshmen, like we haven't lost them, and it's really important. I mean, we got friends that go over there. Like when I was telling you about the basketball runs, like our friend CC, he's one of a good player over there. He's actually in that thing right there. And he's number 2. He's in there. Yeah,
he's a dynamite dozen.
Yeah, yeah. So he'd be over there playing basketball with us all the time. We'd just be going at it about like what the game. But I think that's going to be the biggest game this year. I think it's going to be the region championship again. I mean, we got to obviously get through McEachern, but I think that's going to be the biggest game this year. And we're at Hillgrove, so I mean, I think that's everybody's the game they're looking forward to. So I think like you're gonna like by then you'll see like a whole different team. Hopefully, everything will be just that's going to be y'all going to want to watch that. Everybody's going to want to watch it.
Well, we'll definitely be there watching it
Oh,
because
yeah.
we'll be up
Yep.
on the press
Indeed.
box.
Yes,
Indeed. Well, we are ready, I think, for tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. That's when. Thank you, Oscar, for
Yes,
joining
sir. Thank
us.
y'all.
Get you some sleep tonight. Eat something, get some sleep, get some good rest, and eat you a good pregame meal, my man.
Yeah,
And,
that sack name, it'll come. We're
come.
going to figure that one out for
Yeah,
sure.
it'll be all right.
Yeah, we're going to figure that out. So, again, you're listening to HNS Radio here, coming to you live from the Avenues at West Cobb. We are at Walk-Ons tonight, and just want to remind everybody before they come out or after they get out here, once you get done and you have your receipt left over, please put it in the bucket at the front door. That will greatly help Adam and I pay some bills for bringing these broadcasts to you because we need all the help we can get. We can't do it without a little bit of money.
That's true.
So,
And speaking of which, I want to shout out our sponsors one more time before we exit here and end the show. Again, our specialty sponsors, our GHSA scoreboard sponsor for 2025 is Salon Posta in downtown Marietta. Kickoff and Red Zone sponsor, Innovation Compounding of Kennesaw. Our touchdown sponsor, A&W Chiropractic. Our timeout and Stanfield 3 and Out sponsor, Smith Appliance. Our player of the game sponsor is Blaze Fit Sports Performance. Our halftime and first down sponsor, Carl Black Chevrolet of Kennesaw. And our live chat is sponsored by our Hoya alumni. And then we have a host of game day sponsors, including new game day sponsor Walk-Ons, as well as MMP Customs, Kennesaw Embroidery, Dawn Brooks Remax Around Atlanta, JL Brooks Construction, Post CPAs, Otter's Chicken, Ortho Express, and Signs and more. So, Terry, as we are looking here, we've got all kinds of screens. Braves are playing. Looks like Milton and Buford are on.
So that
playing.
game, that's
live on ESPN.
Yeah, that's one of the Corky Kell Classic. I forgot that started last night.
It's on ESPN too.
Well, yeah, look who it is. It's
Yeah.
Buford and Milton.
Yeah. At some point, that's someplace I would love to broadcast from.
Well, maybe we will.
Buford's new $65 million stadium. But for us, we're going to be on the roof of Kennesaw Mountain's press box tomorrow night, starting at 7 o'clock. Hope that you can join us. Again, you're listening on hnsradio.com or listening on the Podbean app if you have that. If you don't, you need to get it, and you get your notifications, and it'll be coming at 7 o'clock.
Yep, and I just want to once again shout out everybody here at Walk-Ons tonight. Lindley Bruce and everybody here, the whole staff have done a great job of taking care of us, and I want to make sure all of you take care of them, all right? Take care of those servers. I feel like I'm doing a stand-up bit now, but take care of those servers. They deserve it. They work hard. If you've never waited tables, you should because you'll treat people differently. So take care of those servers. This staff has done a great job of taking care of us, and And just want to say a big thank you to walk-ons here at the Avenues for giving us this opportunity, and for Lindley for just giving us this chance. So.
The spot. Yeah, great to. That's how you make relationships and lasting ones. So we hope for this to be a lasting relationship with walk-ons. Hope to do this every year. That would be great as our kickoff, because it is a wonderful, wonderful environment for sports and for us. We're just in a great place, nice and comfortable. So we really appreciate Lindley, Bruce, and her staff taking care of us tonight. But we're really looking forward to and pointing towards tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Terry, any last words?
Yeah, just make sure everybody gets that Podbean app taken care of, and that way you can get the notification when we go live at any time, and just give us a little listen out there. We appreciate all the listeners, and we just want to continue to grow this audience. And I'm looking forward to the season starting, even though tomorrow night on top of the press box is not going to be great.
Yeah, we may. I may lose 8 or 10 pounds tomorrow night. We may have one more person. We may David. We'll get David Rudd. Okay, we're gonna have one last interview here, as we're gonna bring David Rudd in here. David, thanks for joining us, man.
Of course, thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. So you underwent a number change.
I did.
I'm having to get used to that
Yeah.
as the announcer here, from 20 to 0. What prompted that?
Not much really. I was just a lot of people telling me number 0 was open. They were telling me I should probably go for it, and they said it would look good on me and everything like that.
I mean, you look good, you play good, right? That's
Exactly. Step one. Well, we were kind of bragging on your linebacking core. We feel really good about those 4 guys that are on the field, no matter who they are, what combination. What is about that group that is special?
We got OJ this year. OJ's really good. He's one of our good younger guys, so he's going to be on the team next year. Reese played next year. He played last year. He did a phenomenal job, really good. OJ played a good bit last year too. They had me down there on D-line, so I was still playing, but I wasn't out at outside backer. They had 2 seniors out there on outside backer, but now the defense we're playing suits us pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell you got that sort of like attack mentality on defense, and I feel like our front 7 is really strong. Does that show in practice too?
It definitely does.
Yeah.
No, in practice, our front 7, they have a hard time running the ball.
Yeah.
That's always a good sign.
Yeah, it is.
That's always.
And is that something like tomorrow night? Do you feel like that Kennesaw Mountain, their quarterback's pretty skilled. He can tuck it and run it as well. Do you feel like they're going to try and establish the run on y'all out of the gate, or are they going to try and throw it?
I think out of the gate, they're most likely going to go for a throw. But if they do try to establish a run game or something like that, I'm very confident in us shutting that down, so they can't have much room there to work.
It would be nice to make them. It'd be nice for our offense to give you guys a lead and maybe force them to play from behind. You guys could pin your ears back a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so tomorrow night during the broadcast, we always look for keys. We always look for things like tendencies as we're watching the game. What do we need to look for from our defense tomorrow night? Like, how can we say, this is what David Rudd was talking about last night. We are really doing this really well. What do we need to look for? If we see it, we know you guys are doing something well.
Mostly, if it looks like everybody's flowing together well, and if people are where they need to be, that's a big key. That'll definitely get us on plays, and it's just the best team where we end up making good plays and everything like that. Like Oscar getting sacks comes from other people putting on pressure. Quarterback tries to step into the pocket. Oscar's there. Or if he rolls out, we have our corners and outside backers coming down, crashing on them, and our inside backers too.
All right, so as a linebacker, what is what makes you salivate when you're in a play? What is the one thing that you're like, oh, yeah, this is what I want?
Either when I see that running back coming to my side, they're sending me in on a blitz, or I see a wide receiver coming in on a cross route. I cracked down on one of those in practice. The wide receiver was coming on a cross route. I came down, popped him, and he ended up laying him out on the turf.
All right, so then that segues to my next question. what's the one guy on the offense that you don't really care to get involved with in a play?
On offense, I would say it's a good few of our linemen.
Okay.
When they're sometimes they get a free release out on me, and I have to go stuff it, but it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. Some of them are big.
Honesty, always the best policy.
I didn't play many plays at linebacker, but I know what he's talking about,
Yeah.
and that
Mhm.
sucks.
You just
I
see
mean,
it.
when you know you got to just stick your head in there.
Oh yeah.
It's like that. It's like that scene from Rudy when the guard's pulling
Mm-hmm.
and he doesn't let up.
Yep.
He just pounds him.
And it's in slow motion.
Yeah.
Everything is, you know what's coming, and it's just like, oh no. It's like watching a slow motion car wreck,
Yeah.
and you're the car.
Can't
Oh,
stop
yeah.
the train.
Yep.
Can't stop the train. Oh man. Well, David, we look forward. I know you guys. We really appreciate you guys coming out and supporting us here tonight, and we're going to be supporting you guys 10 or more nights a year this season. Hopefully, more than 10 nights.
Yeah.
Friday nights. That's our goal, and I know it's your goal as well. And we wish you guys nothing but success moving forward, and lots of success tomorrow night. Let's start 1-0.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on.
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, that was David Rudd, one of the linebackers on the Hoya defense that I think is going to be making a statement tomorrow night.
Yeah, and that linebacker core, I think, is, like we've talked about, going to be a big strength on that defense. But right now, the defense is ahead of the offense just because it's early in the season, and that's what you usually will see. You don't see a lot of offenses. Like, for example, look, we're watching this game on ESPN. It's Milton at Buford in their new stadium. The first quarter's almost gone and nobody scored yet.
Yeah.
So, the defense is usually ahead of the offense early in the season. But I think we're setting ourselves up for success this year. I think the units, both sides of the ball, I think are going to take care of business. And one may take a little bit more time than the other, but that's fine. And I'm excited. There's always excitement going into that first game.
Yeah, and I think sometimes you're excited about the unknown because there's always going to be an opportunity for somebody who got zero hype to come in there and make an impression and make a play.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's great about sports in general. You can get a guy that is unheralded and they can make the play of the game. So again, that's something that we look forward to covering, and we look forward to bringing it to you every single Friday night. So I hope you listen tomorrow night, hnsradio.com, also on the Podbean app. Just follow HNS Radio. So again, Terry, you had your final.
Yep, I had my final. So
that was his final thing. We got the women's cross country team here as we teach a lot of these folks. We appreciate them coming. So we're going to sign off now from walk-ons here at the Avenues, and our first ever broadcast, making history. So thank you for listening. Thanks to all of our guests, Joey Gerda, Trent Thompson, David Rudd, and Oscar McAdoo. We appreciate you guys so much. So for Terry Kemp, I'm Adam Freeman signing off from Walk-Ons, HNS Radio. Feel the game.